What were your experiences of art like at school? Perhaps you were the kid who could draw, and you did very well. Then again, perhaps you weren't. Do you remember disappointment? Do you remember a feeling that maybe art just wasn't for you? Do you recognize this image? Maybe you do. It's a copy of Vermeer's Girl with a Pearl Earring. Now would it surprise you if I said that this particular copy was being made single-handedly by a child of 12 without any help from me? This is Henry, 6 months ago. Now, don't be misled. He's not a boy genius, and he's not an expert in Golden Age painting technique either, but he is one of the first children anywhere to use the comparator mirror, first pioneered by Tim Georgeson in his film Tim's Vermeer, to teach himself exactly how Vermeer was painting. And I've discovered that almost any child with reasonable eyesight and manual dexterity can get a similar result. But this doesn't always have to be about Vermeer. This is Scarlett. She's 17. To her, coming from Hong Kong, Rembrandt was as indecipherable as a Ming vase might be to a 17-year-old living in London. But now, she's having a conversation, brushstroke by brushstroke.
And that's that bit. This, can you see my brush?
Yep.
This is actually that.
Oh yeah, I see.
You can see there's some similar colours in other ways, and it shouldn't be there, but it just fits in, and it creates the unity. And I think that's how he do it, because his, as I know, he's quite a messy painter, so he might do it like this and just cover it.
Yeah. Scarlett, well done.
Thank you.
Dinner time.
Aww.
Come on, we gotta go.
Okay.
I'm Tom Georgeson, and I'm an artist working at the West Buckland School in North Devon, England, with the full consent and encouragement of Tim Georgeson. My aim is not to produce copies of masterpieces, and I certainly don't think that realistic drawing and painting is the only notion of artistic quality. My project is to find a way to ensure that every child in a class of 14-year-olds stays in the creative loop, because I think an awful lot of adults feel very detached from art and from their creativity. I believe it's a problem which begins at school with the perceived difficulties of realistic drawing and painting, and I think that maybe the comparator mirror might be the simple solution we've been looking for. But don't take my word for it. This is Katie. She's 11.
No wonder.
I've been using the comparator mirror for 4 days over a period of time, 2 weeks. Yeah, once you got the knack, it's super easy, because you just learn to think, like that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. Right, I could work on that, make it better, and then have a look in the mirror and see what's the matter, and then you can sort it out, but it's super easy once you've got it. Because when I used to think about pictures, I just thought, right, when they paint them, they get $1 of paint and slab it on there and brush. But now I know how to do it. It's quite, you get the art of it, and you know how the painter's thinking sometimes if you're repainting it. So you're kind of retracing the steps of the painter.
Good point.
So, yeah.
So have you got anything you would like to try next? With the mirror? or not with the mirror? Would you like to do a colour image?
I would like to try one of Picasso's paintings.
Would you? Okay.
I think it would be quite quirky and fun.
Yeah. What sort of size are you working on with the comparator mirror?
Now, not very big, about that big.
So,
yeah.
Would you like to work bigger than that? We could try that.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to use that mirror, but in a different way. It's like move it around a bigger canvas.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Katie came to my studio about 3 months ago saying that she wished she could draw and paint as realistically as I sometimes do. Of course, I started to explain that this sort of thing is really very simple when you break it down, but she didn't believe me. So we started using the comparator mirror in tandem with a 17-year-old student, and Katie began to prove this point to herself. If you're at all interested in what I'm doing here with the comparator mirror, a full write-up of my research can be found by following the link below this video. If you have an opinion, whatever that opinion may be, please leave me a comment. It all helps. And if you like this video, please subscribe. I'll be posting more as I refine a prototype which can be set up and used unsupervised by a child as young as 10, and as I refine a teaching strategy which will make it possible to use the comparator mirror in any classroom environment to teach the nuts and bolts of realistic painting to children as young as 8. Thanks very much for watching.